I had to create an anonymous username because people know my regular username. I will try to keep this short and sweet. I have a mother-in-law that has been a thorn in my side for over 20 years. From the second I started dating her son, she was an actual pain and constantly crossed boundaries. An example, my first child was an emergency C-section, and I was released a day earlier than normal. She thought it was acceptable to call my OB-GYN to have him make me stay at the hospital longer. She also made sure to tell me on multiple occasions that I will never have a strong bond because I couldn't breastfeed. When my husband and I confronted her, she lied and played the victim. I recently started going to therapy and have really begun to understand that she is absolutely insane. I always knew, but I never wanted to put my husband in a weird position. He is by all means a great husband, very supportive and caring. Here's the issue. We have a family wedding this weekend out of town for my husband's side. My children are in the wedding and we are very excited. My husband informed me that his mother called the hotel to request that we have an adjoining room with his parents. She did not discuss it with us, she just made the call to the hotel. To say that I am feeling violated is a gross understatement. I told him that I am not okay with this. He said he didn't want to create any problems or drama and didn't want anyone to be upset. He also said it's probably because she wants to spend time with our children, but I feel as if this type of thing should be discussed first. We did say we are fine with being on the same floor for this reason, but she took it upon herself to call and request that our rooms be adjoining. I took matters into my own hands and called the hotel myself to request that we do not have adjoining rooms. My husband is worried this will create a bigger issue, but I am really upset that his mom thinks this is acceptable. We are near 40, and I don't want to be treated like a child. I am at a loss here. Am I the idiot? Edit. I've seen a question about how he has stood up for me. With the breastfeeding comments, him and I sat down with her, and my father-in-law and my husband stood up for me by saying it's unacceptable for her to say these things, and he was very firm. She then said I was lying, but then even my husband heard her and called her out. There was a stretch of about a year and a half where I received anonymous text messages that were pretty horrible, as in calling my children ugly, saying they were not lucky to have me as a parent, and even saying my pregnancy loss was because that baby didn't want me as their mother. Just horrible things. It could only be a handful of people based on what this person knew. My husband and I suspected it was his brother's wife. When my husband mentioned it to his mom, she said sister-in-law would never, and that I probably sent them to myself because that's how I am. He put an end to that quickly. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. You. I am not okay with this. Hubs. Didn't want to create any problems or drama and didn't want anyone to be upset. He said he didn't want to create any problems or drama and didn't want anyone to be upset. Meaning, he doesn't want to create problems or drama with his mother, but is casually fine with you, his partner, not being happy. That's a cowardly response from him. So yeah, do what you needed, and hopefully the hotel can play the "when you came to check in, adjoining rooms weren't ready, oops," and call it a day. Comment 2. Not the idiot. Or really, no idiots here except mother-in-law and GT. He said he didn't want to create any problems or drama and didn't want anyone to be upset. But he's okay with you being upset? Your husband is used to being a boat steadier. It's hard to deprogram that, but the world will not end if his mother-in-law doesn't get everything she wants. Comment 3. Not the idiot. After all, you didn't do anything she didn't do first. Ask your husband why he's okay with you being upset. As for the drama, it doesn't have to be, if you and him are on the same page and don't go along with mother-in-law's attempts to start anything. Don't confront her. Act as you would when one of your little ones is throwing a tantrum. She'll get over it. Now, for the next story. So, I am in an interesting situation. I started a band a few months ago with some musicians around town, and we have been picking up steam. Offered to play some gigs pretty regularly, but I have got a slight dilemma. My piano player, 32-year-old male, is a man on the spectrum, and he absolutely loves playing with us. The amount of joy he has creating music brings all of my band great joy. Although there is a slight problem. He gets too excited and literally slams the keys non-musically. We play dance music a lot, and when he takes a solo, everybody looks around confused and kind of leaves the dance floor. I have had multiple members of my band come to me with criticisms from audience members that he has to go. And I agree, but just seeing and hearing how much happiness this brings him always makes me question it. Yes, we have talked to him, but nothing has changed. Both band leaders, myself included, have agreed it's probably for the best, but I can't help but wonder. Am I the idiot? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. No idiots here. You would be an idiot if you kicked him out without warning, but I think you can handle this with grace still. As a band, you need to decide what you are aiming to do, jam together and have fun, or play in public. If you are going to play in public, then the pianist needs to play well. Let him know really clearly, like absolutely spelled out, maybe by text message even after the discussion, like, "So we had a great meeting earlier and we agreed that Jim would get some posters done, Dylan would get new speakers, and that pianist would work on not getting overexcited when playing live, and I would work on the harmony for Sweet Child of Mine. Let me know if I forgot something." After this, make sure a friend records your next show. If he is stiff, difficult, show him the footage. Make sure you're really clear that this is the stuff you want him to stop doing. And asterisk, this is the final warning. Now asterisk, you owe him that clear ultimatum and last chance, I think. At that point, if it continues, just explain, "Look, mate, you aren't the right fit for us. We want to play in public, and you aren't ready for that yet as a musician." I have been in a few bands and left one recently by mutual agreement. I'm still buddies with them. I just can't rehearse as much as they want to. Do everything clearly and without talking behind anyone's back, and you're all good. It sounds like when you've talked to him, it hasn't gone in, and I think you are maybe missing that he needs a lot of help with communication and doesn't pick up on cues you think are obvious. Comment 2, not the idiot. As someone who was in a similar situation not too long ago, I can tell you this. It may hurt that person to get kicked off, but in my opinion, it would be far worse to let someone like him embarrass himself over and over. Unless you're a professional, nobody should expect perfection, but if that person hits wrong notes regularly, it's unpleasant for everyone else. Maybe their position is somewhere else, like in production, mixing, etc. Just not on a live stage. Comment 3. Not the idiot, as you have to be able to do the work hired. Maybe there's a solution. From your description, it only happens in piano solos. Can you arrange the music so it has no piano solos? Also, could he use protective headphones to avoid overstimulation? Does he take meds that are perhaps wearing off by then? Maybe the dosage times can get safely adjusted? Now, for the next story. I, 25-year-old, am currently having issues with my license and am not legal to drive on the road right now. My girlfriend, 24-year-old female, has basically been my chauffeur, taking me where I need to go, picking me up from work, giving me rides to places, etc. I always reimburse her in gas, as I used to take Ubers everywhere, and her help has saved me lots of money in that regard. Problem is, my girlfriend has really bad road rage. Like, awful road rage to the point where I am scared to be in the same car as her most of the time. She tailgates, flips other drivers off, passes people on roads clearly not meant for passing, screams and curses at the top of her lungs, gets so frustrated that she hits the steering wheel, etc. Not to mention, she feels like the speed limit in our area is a joke and speeds like a madman. We have never been in an accident, but we have had near misses that are way too close for my comfort. This is nearly every time she drives. After one of these incidents, I told her I would not be riding with her anymore. She scoffed at this and told me to grow up, but I let her know I was dead serious. I had the following day off, but we had a date planned with a group of friends, to which I let her know I would be finding other arrangements to meet her there instead of riding together. I guess she thought I was joking because she showed up outside of my house to pick me up, and I refused to get into the car with her. I showed her that I had an Uber on the way and that I will be glad to meet her there. We argued back and forth. She told me to get in the goddamn car, but I stood my ground and waited for the Uber instead. She sped off angrily. She barely spoke to me on the date, and all around had a bad attitude the entire night. After the date was over and we were headed outside to leave, I told her my Uber was on the way, and she exploded on me, saying how embarrassing it was that she had to show up by herself and wait for me instead of arriving together, making it seem like we were having issues. And now everyone will see we are leaving separately as well. I just told her until she fixes her abnormal road rage, this is how it had to be, and she again got into her car and sped off angrily. She has been giving me the silent treatment since. My intention wasn't to embarrass her, but I'm genuinely scared for my safety, and hers, every time she drives. Am I the idiot? Now here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. You need to get the heck out of that relationship. Out of control road rage would be bad enough, but raging at you for not driving with her. This story isn't going to end well. Meet in a public place and let her know it's over. Before you go to meet her, tell multiple friends what you're doing and have one standing by to take you home afterwards. Change the locks on your doors and get a cheap video camera. Change all your passwords. Not the idiot. Comment 2. Info. Why would you want to be in a relationship with someone who has violent anger issues to begin with? You understand that people who have road rage are a danger to others, and that doesn't end when they get out of the car, right? No matter how many people say, no, I totally transform in the car, it simply isn't true. It's a manifestation of their inability to manage anger triggers, and that is never isolated. Comment 3. Not the idiot. She sounds difficult. She really needs to get that road rage in check because she'll eventually piss off the wrong driver and it won't end well for her. Or you if you're with her. I don't know what issues you're having with your license, but I'd be addressing that ASAP, unless it's suspended or something. Now, for the next story. My friend, 24 years old, and myself, 26 years old, have been friends for 9 years. We used to always stay over at each other's houses and sleep in the same bed. Nothing ever weird, we were just comfortable with it. Recently, we have both had our first child. Mine a little older than hers, and we are both in serious committed relationships. We live with our partners. She wanted to spend the night at my house, just like how we used to, and watch movies, eat unhealthy food, and just hang out. I agreed. However, when it came time for bed, she wanted to sleep in my bed. I said no. She stated that I was wrong for that. I should kick my significant other out of our bed because she was my best friend. Now she is saying I am choosing my significant other over her. I feel like it's inappropriate. Sure, when we were younger, but that bed is a safe space for me and my significant other. It's our bed, not just mine. I don't understand why she thinks she has a right to sleep in my bed. We are grown now. So, am I the idiot for not kicking my significant other out of our bed and letting my friend sleep in my bed? Comment 1. Circumflex, 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 circumflex. Automod asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Thanks for posting. This comment is a copy of your post, so readers can see the original text if your post is edited or removed. This comment is not accusing you of copying anything. Read this HTTPs www.reddit.com r/mythasshole/wiki/fact#wiki_post_deletion before contacting the mod team https www.reddit.com/message/compose to =%2 far%2 femai sishol. My friend, 24 years old, and myself, 26 years old, have been friends for 9 years. We used to always stay over at each other's houses and sleep in the same bed. Nothing ever weird, we were just comfortable with it. Recently, we have both had our first child, mine a little older than hers, and we are both in serious committed relationships. We live with our partners. She wanted to spend the night at my house just like how we used to, and watch movies, eat unhealthy food, and just hang out. I agreed. However, when it came time for bed, she wanted to sleep in my bed. I said no. She stated that I was wrong for that, I should kick my significant other out of our bed because she was my best friend. Now she is saying I am choosing my significant other over her. I feel like it's inappropriate. Sure, when we were younger, but that bed is a safe space for me and my significant other. It's our bed, not just mine. I don't understand why she thinks she has a right to sleep in my bed. We are grown now, so am I the idiot for not kicking my significant other out of our bed and letting my friend sleep in my bed? Comment 2. Not the idiot, NGT. Now she is saying I am choosing my significant other over her. Yes, of course. Why wouldn't you? Your significant other is your partner, hopefully, for life. You're not kids any longer. And you're right, it's your significant other's bed also, not just yours. There's something deeper going on there, and that would have been my last sleepover for her. She sounds like she's got some issues. Comment 3. Not the idiot. As you said, the bed isn't yours alone. I personally don't see anything wrong with sleeping in the same bed, particularly if you want to relive the olden days, but kicking your significant other out of your shared bed would make you a terrible partner, and definitely the idiot. You did the right thing. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.